What is up, everybody? We are back here at King Films for the final betting locks and game predictions video of the regular season. We will be having these videos in the playoffs, and we will be making a playoff bracket preview and prediction with my co-host AJ on Monday, so be tuned in for that one. But here we have to recap a Week 16 that in the game predictions was decent. 10-6. You did have a few big upsets in the Browns losing to the Jets, which, as of the recording of the video, I didn't know that the Browns would only have one active wide receiver. You had the Cardinals getting upset by the Niners, which I really did not see coming. But C.J. Beathard played a pretty good game, and Kyler Murray was not effective at all. Then you had the Texans losing to the Bengals at home. Bengals playing inspired football, and then the Rams and Eagles losing divisional battles there. So then we get into the betting locks, where it was another abysmal week. It was just terrible. Saturday we went 0-2, and I really felt confident about those picks. The Cardinals one was pretty off, but the Dolphins did win the game by 1 point, just couldn't cover the 3-point spread. Then the Colts absolutely blow the 24-7 lead. That looked good through three quarters, but then they let the Steelers back in it, and of course the Steelers end up winning and below that best bet, and that looked very good. Then we had the Falcons, which was the one bright spot, plus 11, and this game went exactly how I thought it would. Low-scoring game where there's turnovers both sides. Defensive line for the Falcons getting in Patrick Mahomes' face, forcing punts. Red zone efficiency isn't off the charts for the Chiefs, and the Falcons actually had a great chance to win it late, but Younghoe Koo misses the field goal to tie it. And then the Rams-Seahawks, this was just one of the games where Jared Goff just doesn't perform well. Obviously, he does get injured late in the game, but probably didn't matter for the cover at that point as Rams were kind of out of it. It was just a low-scoring game, which I thought the defensive battle would favor the Rams, but it didn't. Russell Wilson had a few clutch drives near the end of the game, and we can't cover that. So 1-4 on the betting locks is definitely not where we want to be. We're 5 back of 500, but we're trying out something new this week for the betting locks, so stay tuned for that. It should work and try and get us back to that 500 mark. And then the game predictions, another decent week. 10-6, we go to 160, 75-1, which is pretty good for the game predictions. So now we get to the final week of the NFL regular season, week 17, where we have a 16-game slate on just one day, Sunday, January 3rd. And the first matchup, pretty easy. Give me the Bucs to crush the Falcons here. I know the Falcons have been playing inspired football, but that's just not going to work this time against the Bucs. The Bucs absolutely crushed the Lions on Saturday, got to rest their starters after halftime, and really the Falcons' chance to beat the Bucs was a couple weeks ago when they were up by 17 in the third quarter. It's not going to be now. The Bucs are going to be prepared. They want to secure this 5 seed, so give me the Bucs to win big against Atlanta. Then a very crucial divisional game in the NFC East. Reminder, if the football team lose on Sunday Night Football, then the winner of this game will get into the playoffs as the NFC East champ. And give me the Cowboys to do that. I really like their offense, how they've performed the last couple weeks. They have a 3-game win streak currently and put up 41 points against the Niners, given they did have great field position in that one because of Nick Mullins' turnovers. But last week against a decent, middle-of-the-pack Eagles defense, they put up 37. So give me the Cowboys offense to triumph here. And the Giants look to be sputtering under Daniel Jones. At 5-10, did we really even expect them to have a chance at the division at this point in the season? So give me the Cowboys, although the Giants defense could make this one close. Next game, we have a slight upset, but give me the Jets here. This is actually the first time I picked them all season, but I really like their matchup against the Patriots. You saw on Monday Night Football at home how they really did everything but win that game. Patriots had a heroic fourth quarter comeback. I don't think that's coming right here. Jets have a 2-game winning streak, and winning this third game won't really change any of their draft stocks. So I think Sam Darnold, maybe his last game as a Jet. Adam Gase, definitely his last game coaching the Jets, so I think they really want to get a dub here. And Bill Belichick and the Patriots have been losing, so give me the Jets there. Next game, we have the Vikings at the Lions, and give me the Vikings narrowly here. I mean, Matthew Stafford, I don't know if he'll play in this one, but regardless, give me the Vikings to win. They don't have Dalvin Cook here, but I think they'll be able to run the ball effectively with Alexander Mattison, and I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a pretty good game in this one, so give me the Vikings to win against a sputtering Lions squad who just wants to end the season. Next game is massive for playoff implications in the AFC, and give me the Browns to win at home. They're going against Mason Rudolph and probably a bunch of other Steeler backups, so they absolutely need to win this game. They have a few virus concerns coming into this game, but I mean, they've had a great season at 10-5. If you told them they would be 10-5 through 16 weeks before the season, every one of their fans, every one of their players would be excited by that, but everything goes into ruins if they cannot pull off a win at home against a Steelers second string team. So give me the Browns to win this one. Next game, also massive AFC ramifications for the playoffs. Give me the Ravens big here against the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals have looked good the last couple weeks, got a couple upsets, but the Ravens are just in a different gear at this point. They're playing like last year's Ravens. I expect them to win big after they absolutely clamped the Giants' offense and looked pretty good against a superb Giants defense. So give me the Ravens big there to lock in their playoff spot. And probably the biggest game of the day, we have the Dolphins and the Bills. Massive for the Bills. Can they secure that 2 seed? And then the Dolphins, can they get into playoffs? And I don't really know where to go here, but give me the Bills. The Bills are clearly the better team here. It's just a matter of if they will play their players, and I think they will at least most of the game. And I just don't think that the Dolphins system of having Tua and then maybe having Ryan Fitzpatrick save the day is going to be sustainable, and you're playing against a superior team. The Bills' defense, it's not the best, but I don't think that the Dolphins will be able to put up 20-plus points. And Josh Allen and the Bills, if they want to score, they will be able to score even against a talented Miami defense. So give me the Bills to win that one. But it could get wacky if they don't play their players. Next game, we have the Seahawks at the Niners, and this is a big trap game for the Seahawks. They're coming off of a massive win, NFC West championship clinched against the Rams, but you're going against the Niners. Remember the last time these two teams played, Seahawks got the best of the Niners, and that's when they were actually playing well during the middle of the season. Jimmy G and Kittle got knocked out that game. Niners going to have C.J. Beathard in this one. They do have Kittle back, who is obviously a energy booster, and these two teams always play it close. The Niners really want to win, as they have gotten the short end of the stick in many meetings in this rivalry as of late. But give me the Seahawks. I mean, they're in the playoff race. They need to win more. I think they'll be a little more urgent by the end of the game, but it might be close. Next game, we have another NFC West battle with massive playoff implications, and the Cardinals, they need to win and need to get a Bears loss to get into the playoffs, and I think they'll do the front end of that by beating the Goffless Rams. Rams starting John Wolford in this one, and I just don't know how good he will be in his first start. I mean, I think that McVay will just dial up a strong running scheme, chew clock, see if they can get a couple turnovers on defense, clamp down a maybe ineffective Kyler Murray if he can't run the ball. So this one's going to be a low-scoring affair. It might be a bit ugly, and I think whoever wins the turnover battle will win the game, but got to give me the team with a proven commodity at quarterback, and that's Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Next game, we have the Colts and the Jaguars. This is the most lopsided game of the day. Give me the Colts to absolutely roll the Jaguars. And that lone Jaguars win that you're seeing on the screen, 1-14, that was against the Colts in Week 1. And the Colts absolutely need this to get into the playoffs. So I think they will do it. I think they will roll the Jaguars, who will be without James Robinson and might start Mike Glennon again, who is absolutely abysmal. I say the Colts bounce back big. Next game, also in the AFC South, and it's the Titans at the Texans. These teams played a doozy back in week 6, if I can remember correctly. May have been actually week 5. But Titans were undefeated in that point, and they really got pushed to the brink by the Texans, who could have easily won that game. But it took a massive Herculean effort from Derrick Henry to ultimately have the Titans prevail in that one in overtime. If the Texans are urgent, it might get pretty close at the end, but give me the Titans to win this game and wrap up the AFC South. Next game, we have the Raiders and the Broncos, and I really liked that Raiders effort last week. I didn't know if they could hang in the game with the Dolphins, but they did damn near everything but win it. Derek Carr, how limited would he be? I mean, he proved to be his normal self. So I think they're just going to go against the same Broncos squad as always, and I think they're going to roll in Denver. I know this was the same game last year, Week 17, where Drew Lock played pretty well, but give me the Raiders to win this one. They won 37-12 in their last meeting, so give me the Raiders to win big there. Next game is the Chargers at the Chiefs, and give me the Chargers to win this one. Chiefs are resting their starters, or a bulk of them. Chad Henne will start at quarterback. He's nothing special, and when these two teams played in Week 2, Justin Herbert's first NFL start, the Chargers almost won that game, probably should have. It was an overtime game where the Chiefs barely pulled it out in the end, so give me the Chargers here against a second-string Chiefs squad. Next game, we have the Packers and the Bears, and give me the Packers to win this one. I know this game means a lot to the Bears. I think it's going to be a shootout, as the Bears' offense has been very efficient the last couple weeks, but I just think the Packers look unstoppable right now with that offense. Devontae Adams, one of the best receivers in the game. Aaron Rodgers looking for the MVP. If he has a strong performance here, I think he wraps it up. And then Aaron Jones, and then A.J. Dillon, the rookie, looking very good on the ground. So they just rolled a very good Titans team. I think the Bears are slightly inferior. Although it is a rivalry game, I think it's going to be close, but the Packers prevail. Next game, we have the Saints at the Panthers, and give me the Saints big here. They're closing in on the playoffs. This is probably Drew Brees' last regular season game, so no way they lose this one against the Panthers, who they actually played pretty close in the Superdome earlier in the season, so give me the Saints big there. And then the Sunday night game, the football team at the Eagles, and I'm going to be honest, I really don't know where to go in this game because I don't even know if Alex Smith will play. He hasn't played the last couple of games for the football team, but I'm going to give them the win. I'm assuming that Alex Smith plays, and I just think they're going to be methodical on offense. They have Gibson back. McKissick looked pretty good last week, and, I mean, they're not going to turn the ball over. Alex Smith's going to be a game manager, and they're really just going to ride the defense. It comes down to Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders' rushing ability against a strong Washington football team defensive front, and they looked pretty inefficient last week against that bad Cowboys defense, only putting up 17 points, so give me the football team to win there. Next, we get into our betting locks, and I said I was rolling out something different this week. We're taking over-unders, and first thing, we have the Cowboys-Giants over 44 points, and I really like this one because their last meeting was in the 30s, meaning it went over. It would be over the spread. It was somewhere in the 60s for the total score, so I really think the Cowboys offense will put up at least 24 points in this one, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout, so I think the Giants will put up a few points in this one. It's not going to be over by very much, but I think this over-under of 54 is pretty low, so give me this game to be maybe a bit of a shootout, but just definitely over that 44-point spread. Next game, we have the Raiders covering -2 against the Broncos. And I know that the Broncos can look good in some of these games against pretty bad competition. I mean, the Raiders have looked pretty bad down the stretch of the season, but I like their effort last week. And they're going into this one with a lot of motivation. I mean, they have big expectations next season under John Gruden. It's going to be his 4th year, so I think they're going to be very desperate to get something going before the start of next season. And if anything else, I mean, they're just a much superior team to the Broncos. So give me the Raiders to win that big. And then next one, we have Packers-Bears over 51. And I know it is pretty scary betting on the Packers to go over because they have one of the slowest pace of plays in the league. Aaron Rodgers with that snap count, he usually brings it down to the single digits, but I think this one's going to be a shootout. Bears have put up 30-plus points the last 4 weeks, so I don't know if they're going to put up 30-plus. I would probably say no, but they're definitely going to be in the 20s, and if the Packers are in the 30s, that equals above 51 points. So I think that game will be a shootout, so give me the over in that one, and I'm pretty sure that game will be in good conditions as well as the New York Giants game. And then for the Sunday night game, give me the under 43. Classic under team in the football team this season. I mean, just sputtering on offense, but their defense is very good. I think there's going to be a few turnovers in this one. So I just don't think either team will get over 24 points. So I think the under is a great bet here, although it is a pretty low total score. Give me the under 43 points there, and I think it'll be a very ugly contest. It just has 17, 14, 20 to 17 score written all over it, so give me the under in that one. So comment down below what you thought about my predictions, about my betting locks, and I'll see you in the next one.